my channel. So today I'm back with a story time. And this story time, if you read the title, if you know, you know. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Before I go ahead and start the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my girl over there at Simply Styles. Link down below to her channel. She does some really cool, cute, aesthetic, girly intros. And she also does some kids intros or anything like that. So go ahead and subscribe to her channel. All of that will be in the links below. She gave a shout out to me on her page, so I wanted to give a shout out to her back. Alright, so let's get into the story time. So, like I said, I want to give a warning before anybody watch. We will be talking about, you know, sex trafficking and all that type of stuff. So if you don't want to hear that, then please exit out and go and watch another one of my videos. So anyways, this happened, I want to say, this happened in 2017, because that's when I got 2017 or 2018. I want to say one of those. So this happened in 2017 or 2018. And we were on this app called POF, which is Plenty of Fish. And before I get started, I'm not trying to like clown POF or for anything, because I mean it's a great app. Like there's nothing wrong with POF, but it's just some really sick people that are probably lurking on the app. So just please be careful about that. So yeah, I was on POF, and this also has, I want to put my friend in this story time just a little bit. I didn't want to do it because she passed away. Not of this situation that I'm about to talk about. She was well alive and healthy then, but she did pass away a couple of years ago. So at first I didn't want to put her in it, but she has a lot to do with the story time too. And before, you know, all that stuff happened to her, she did say I could share the story whenever I wanted. So yeah. So what happened was, way before she even came into the picture, I was on POF. Back then I was like kind of single, kind of not, because I was still on and off with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and I was like kind of bored, wanted to kind of not really date, but just, you know, mingle, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So I was just, you know, on POF, on Tinder, all that type of stuff back then. But I was mainly on POF because I find it easy to just, you know, get into somebody, you know, chat, talk, whatever. So yeah, I was on POF for maybe a good 4 weeks, and then my friend called me. And she was like, what you doing? And I told her about POF. And at the time, she was also on and off with her ex-boyfriend as well. She was also on and off with her ex-boyfriend. So pretty much, you know, we were kind of going through the same thing, you know, same situation. We were young and dumb, I guess. So, you know, we both were on POF, and we would tell, like, I kind of would show her how to work a little bit. And then after that, she was on her own. So, you know, I met this guy, and this is the guy who have a lot to do with our story today. I'm not going to put his real name out there. I'm not going to do that. But I'm just going to give a name. His name starts with a M, so I'm just going to say Brad. I don't know. I'm just going to throw out a random name. So don't go on POF talking about, oh, Brad, you were saying. No, don't do that. I'm just going to throw out a name. So his name is going to be Brad or whatever. So when I was on POF, I met Brad. So Brad decided to, you know, slide in my DM. Well, I don't know what you want to call it on POF. So he decides to text me, whatever. You know, I looked at his profile. He looks very nice, very handsome. You know, seems like he got his ish together. Seems like he had money. You know, he had a nice car. You know, nice house. So you know. Any young girl is going to be attracted to money. Not me, but, you know, I'm just saying other women, they're going to see his profile and they're going to be like, okay, yes. You know, because they see dollar signs, you know. They see dollar signs. He looked nice, looked, you know, very put together, like, on point. Like, his profile, everything he said was on point. So you wouldn't think that he would, you know, be a sex trafficker or anything like that. Because he looked like everything was good. He looked normal. So, you know, I met him. We started talking or whatever. I didn't meet him, but POF. Okay, keep that in mind. So, I met him on POF. He seemed like a good person. We started talking. We instantly, we hit it like in. Like instantly we just started being relatable. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like he was very easy to talk to. Like and then of course if you know my story, I was going through a lot in 2017, 2018. So, you know, every time like we would talk, I would just like be so calm and be like, yes, like I can relate to him or whatever. So after that, my friend texted me. She was like, hey, I'm on POF. Like it's like every time that she's into a guy or every time that she like a guy, she'd be like, oh, have you talked to this person? And I'm like, nah. And she's like, okay, good, because I'm talking to him. Or she'll take me the next day, oh, you talking to this person? I'm like, nah, I haven't met him. So, okay, good. So any guy that she hit it in with that she liked, she let me know, okay, I'm talking to him, so that way we won't run into the same guy. So, let's say, you know, a few weeks later, she came over my house, we talking. Let's say, you know, she get a text message from Brad. So she didn't tell me that she was texting him, and I didn't tell her that I was texting him. But when I saw it on her phone, she was laughing, and I kind of looked over and looked at her phone. I was like, yo, we talking to the same person. And in my head, I'm like, yo, are you kidding me? I'm like, she didn't tell me that she was talking to him, because any guy that she was interested in that she liked, she would say, okay, I'm talking to him. But she didn't say that with him, Brad. So I'm like, yo, but I didn't like think nothing of it. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. So next thing you know, I text Brad when she left. I'm like, hey, you talking to so-and-so, so-and-so? He was like, no, who is that? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I was tripping when I saw the numbers. Found out that was not him. The man looked exactly like him, but that was not who I really thought that me and her was talking to the same person, but that was not him. But later on, a few weeks later, once I said my friend's name, I mentioned her to him. They were talking. Like, he literally looked her up on POF and they went to talking. So I didn't know that yet, not just yet. So anyways, after that, a few weeks later, you know, we ended up exchanging numbers. We talked for like 2 months. So after those 2 months, you know, we ended up, you know, really getting to know each other. Like, I'm really feeling this guy. Like, I'm like, okay, I thought he was talking to my best friend. Turns out he wasn't, at least not yet. I'll get into that. But I'm like, okay, I'm thinking you know, he's really good. You know, he's sweet, he's nice. Like, the dude is just like everything. Like, I'm like, okay. Like, he was cute, he was fine, he was a little white boy. I'm like, okay. So anyways, after that, a few weeks later, we end up, you know, exchanging numbers. He got off of POF for like 2 weeks. He didn't text me for like 2 weeks. I'm like, where you at? Like, I was like kind of getting worried. Like, we like kind of like lost touch within each other. But after those 2 weeks, I didn't hear anything from him. So my best friend texted me. She was like, hey, do you know this person named Brad? I'm like, yeah, we talking. She was like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. She's like, we talking too. And I'm like, wait, what? So like, what are you gonna do now? And she's like, I don't know, because like, he's really nice. He said he was gonna fly me up to da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, he told me the same thing too. He did say that he was gonna fly us, he told her the same thing. But he was like, yeah, he's gonna fly us to Texas, because he stay in Texas, supposedly. And me being young, you know, I'm like, okay, just to see if he was gonna do it. But he never like sent me anything. He was saying he was gonna do it. And then before he did that, he got off of POF and he got off a line, whatever. So anyways, he said he was gonna fly me out. I forgot to put that in the story, so I'm just not doing it, sorry. But yeah, he did say he was gonna fly me out, and then apparently he told my friend the same thing. Trying to get as many victims as he can. You get it? I'm just trying to make y'all get it. So anyways, I'm like, okay, that's weird. So she was like, okay, well, I'm not trying to like be mean or anything. Like, she was like, but I'm gonna go on that flight. Like, I wanna like get out of town. And I wasn't bold enough. I was like, well, I'll let you have that. I'm not gonna get mad at you. And she was like, yeah, like, I just really like the guy. I'm like, okay, cool. So I didn't get mad or anything, and me and her, we still was friends. And then she kind of like, a few weeks later, she kind of told me, she was like, he's not texting me. I'm like, he's not texting me either. So anyways, a few weeks go by. Next thing you know, I get a random text on my phone saying, hey, do you know Brad? I'm like, who is this? And what's her name? I know her real name, but I'm not gonna call her real name, obviously. I'm just gonna say A. I'm just gonna call her A. So I'm like, hey, she was like, do you know Brad? I'm like, who is this? So she was like, my name is A, da da da. So after that, she was like, hey, I just wanted to tell you that Brad, he is a sex trafficker. And I was like, are you, like, I didn't believe her at first. I was like, no, you lying. I don't know who you are. You could be lying. Like, I don't know you. You don't know me, da da. And she also texted my friend the same thing. And I'm like, yo, we both were kind of freaking out, like, who is this person? Like, is this Brad pretending to be somebody? I don't know. So we both were kind of like confused about that. So then she texted both of us again, was like, I'm just trying to tell and warn as many women as I can. He is my ex-boyfriend. I've known him for 4 years. He get on these websites and do this and try to get as many victims as he can. Please listen to me, because I am not lying. She sent me her picture. She sent me her number, her other number. She's showing me her, like, I'm like, in disbelief. I'm like, no way, this cannot be real. So I called my friend up. My friend came over and she was like, yo, are you serious? Like, is he really like a sex trafficker? And we didn't know, so we both texted him. He did not answer. We called him, he didn't answer. We went on POF, we texted him, and we called him on POF. No answer. I kid you not. And I'm like, yo, is she serious? Like, we was both like in disbelief about this. And then like 2 weeks later after that, he called us and was like, hey, well, he called me first and then he called her. He's like, hey, are you still on for that flight in Texas? I was like, yo, no. My heart was like, I kid you not, my heart was pounding. I was like, oh my God, like, bro. And I told my best friend, I'm like, yo, you going with him? You said you was going with him. She was like, no, I can't. And then she apologized for even talking to him after we both were talking to him. And she was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I really thought that he was a good person. And we instantly blocked him off of POF. Instantly got off of POF and like blocked his number and everything. Because we were so scared. We didn't know what else to do. So it was just crazy. So the lady ended up calling both of us because she knew that he was talking to both of us. Apparently, I don't know how she knew. I guess she had his phone. I don't know. But she told us that she tried to get as many girls away from him as possible. And she told us to report him. So we did that before we blocked him. We reported him. Sorry. So we reported him. And after we reported him, she was like, I'm just trying to warn women because he's not the only one. And we was like, what? And she was like, his brother do the same thing. Like, she was like literally crying to us on the phone. She was like, it happened to her. So basically, I'm not gonna tell y'all what else she said because she was really getting deep and personal with us. But more of the story is we literally blocked the guy. We don't know him like at all. Like, we're not talking to him. And like I said, I'm not trying to make POF seem like a bad app, but I'm just saying, like, if you're on the app, please be careful. Do not fly out with nobody you don't know. Just please, like, just be careful because it's just crazy to think about. What if she would have got on that flight? Hell, what if I would have got on that flight? We could have been, like, we don't know what we could have been to the day. I wouldn't even be on YouTube to the day. Who knows what, who knows where we could have been? Like, we could have been somewhere everywhere. Like, we really could have, like, been there, like, been a victim of, that type of situation. So it's just crazy, like, to know that story. Like, and I just want to say that to, like, warn everybody else because I know online dating is super popular now, especially during the pandemic. Online dating has rose up to the top, and I just want to, like, warn people, like, just please be careful. Just please, like, take everything seriously. Just please do not give your number to anybody that you don't know. Things take time, and even like I said, I talked to him for 2 months and gave him my number. Like, you just have to be careful. But yeah, this was serious. This is a true story. This is a serious story. So I just wanted you guys to know this because I just want to put it out there to just warn my women and my men to just please be careful. And yeah, so me and my friend, of course, like I told you guys, she passed away, but way before she passed away, it both kind of like shook us up a little bit. We both were kind of like, yeah, I don't want to online date for a while. I don't want to, you know, and I'm just now finally being comfortable to go back on these dating apps. I'm finally, after all those years, I'm finally kind of being comfortable a little bit to, you know, start talking to people. But yeah, I'm just not trying to scare anybody. I just want you to be aware. But anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Peace.
I'ma make a motherfucker jump.